So we're going to take 2 cabs and make this. So what are we starting with? We're going to start with this brand of cat. This is a Die-Cast Masters cat truck. You can pick these up online for about 25 bucks, I think. Okay, so we're doing Die-Cast Masters cat. Then we're going to do this. This is a green light Durastar. Now, the actual truck that I'm replicating, the cab is not made right now. It's an older model, kind of an industrial or a heavy-duty purpose, international. I don't even know what number it is, but it's not made. Supposedly, back in the good old days, there was a fella, he's passed away now. He had resin cast this particular cab. Well, but you can't get those, and I'm not gonna. You can 3D print the cab, but you're gonna spend a lot of money, and I'm doing 2 trucks. Anyways, my client says to use the Durastar was acceptable, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's. Oh, and these like 15 bucks or something. So we got about 40 bucks, you know, after you include shipping and all that other stuff. About 40 bucks in the 2 cabs. So there we go. And I've already got a decal series because this is a white cab, and because the barrel on this mixer is white, you can DIY your decals. And I've got a series already showing you how to do that. So don't hesitate to go and do that. And then if you are a Die-Cast Lab member, and you're thinking, wow, I really like those decals, this print sheet right here will be in the Die-Cast Lab for subscribers there. And like the company name won't be in there, but the ribbons and the hood numbers, excuse me, these little squigglies here, these will all print on a white or a very light colored truck. If you're going to use a dark blue, a red, green, any color that's darker, these will not show up on your cab. So you want to use this on definitely a white, maybe a baby blue, maybe a really light pink. I don't know that I would use them on this shade of pink. But nevertheless, what you need to know is if you're a subscriber to the Die-Cast Lab, this print sheet will be there for you. You can download it and do with it whatever you wish. Okay, let's get to work. You're going to need an X-Acto knife, going to need a Phillips, a small one. A big one doesn't hurt anything. You're going to need a sharp poker. And what else do you need? I think we're going to need a drill bit and a drill, because one of these has the this cab glass is riveted in place. So yeah. Now this is designed for people 8 years or older. That's why this is assembled the way it is, and probably why it doesn't have just a tremendous amount of detail. Anyway, so we'll just take this out. Okay, all there is to that. And this one is rated for, what's it say? Looks like 8, if you can read whatever language that is. Looks like 8 years old again. Anyway, yeah. If you've not messed with one of these, you can see that they have a couple of choices here. They got this dump truck, a couple of other things in 64 scale. Like I said, I was really kind of pleased with this. This was a-okay. This was a fun project. I just really enjoyed this one. I've never messed with a mixer until now. So it was just a really cool project. Glad I did this one. You'll also want a container over here for your parts. That way we don't lose anything. Hate to get this far and then lose something. That would be annoying. So from here, we're just going to take the cab off. Now I'm actually going to shoot videos down the road showing you how to repurpose this cab. This is all die-cast too. Plastic up here, plastic across the top, and then of course your exhaust and mirrors. But you know, the rest of this is die-cast. Like this fender's plastic. But I mean, just a really neat little truck. It's just kind of cool. Let's see, get the bigger one here. One screw holds your cab on. We got to take this cab off because we're going to mate that Durastar to it. And then the exhaust is just going to pop, or excuse me, the tanks are going to pop off. Just put them over there. And then I'm going to put that screw back in just a couple of turns so we don't lose any of that. And then we will end up taking all these wheels off and replacing them with other wheels, but that's a step down the road, so we'll not worry about that just yet. And next we're going to take off, there's two screws here. This screw we don't need to do anything with, okay? This one back here. This one's going to stay. This one right here we're going to pull out because it holds this assembly on, which holds the barrel on, and we'll get to that in a moment. But we also need to take off this for your assist axle back here. This is all going to come off because it gets painted pink like the real one. But for the moment, this will do. A little more. Okay. When I went back to assemble, my most difficult part was getting these screws to thread straight. That was about the biggest challenge of the entire build, was just getting these silly screws to go back in straight. That took a little effort, but we got it. So you can see it's already going in kind of crooked. And I would criticize Diecast Masters. I would, but as you guys know, they weren't sitting around the boardroom table saying, you know, there's probably some people going to take these apart and customize them. We should make it easy for them. No. They were making sure 8-year-olds don't choke on parts. Inside here, there's a screw right there. Can't hardly see it, but there's a long screw down in here, and it holds this on. Okay? So we will take that out. And this one can be kind of stubborn too. And you have to hold this, you know, so it doesn't turn on you. I think we got her coming. Okay. And then, I guess, I'm sorry, it wasn't a long screw, it's just this part was really long. Is that cracked? Okay, we'll just replace that screw, give it a couple twists, and in it goes. This is done and ready for paint stripper. I use lacquer thinner just because for me it's really handy and simple to use, but lacquer thinner did not touch this paint. Just saying, putting it out there for you. You know what I know. Okay, that one's taken a bath. Now we will go ahead and take this off. Now you can take this off without having to mess anything or worry about breaking anything. Comes off pretty easy. And I didn't have my drill prepared and ready to go, so we're going to do that quick. Get that out. Just going to use I forget how much bigger than 16th this is, but it's a little bigger than 16th. Now you want to be really careful that you don't drill through this and drill through your finger. Doesn't take just a whole lot. If you happen to have a flat-sided side cutter, you can grab that rivet there and pull that out. And if you don't know where to get them, I actually carry a brand of side cutter that I like, and I use them. So if you don't know where else to buy them, you can get them from me, but do know they are kind of a common thing. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding one at your hometown, unless you live in the sticks like I do. Okay, that's just holding that axle up. Ta-da! Okay. We are actually, for this very moment, we're kind of done with this. I mean, obviously, we got to take these wheels off yet. No steerable axle, if you're wanting to know. There's no steerable axle. And then, okay, well, there. Okay, now we can put this in the paint stripper. This entire thing here is die cast, so you don't have to worry about the fenders. These aren't plastic, so you won't have any trouble using paint stripper on these. Okay. So you have a screw here, you have a screw here, and a screw there. You only need to take this screw out, and you need to loosen this one. Oh, never mind. It just popped. The reason I said you had to loosen this one is because I had to loosen this one on the first one of these I did. But this one just fell right off, so yippee-ki-yay. Alrighty. And I guess we'll just put that screw down there. Okay, on this particular truck, we don't have to do anything because this cab is going to stay white. Now, if you were going to go ahead and strip this all the way down and paint it completely different color, obviously you would take off these mirrors. You have the rivet right here in the roof to hold this windshield in, and then you have mashed plastic, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of mashed plastic where you just cut those off, and then this bumper's going to pop out, and then this whole grille and headlight assembly is going to pop out as well, and you're basically done. So you have cab glass, mirrors, grille, bumper. Take all that off if you're going to strip this all the way down, and then the plastic's gone. You can put it in paint stripper and then repaint it however you wish. Okay, that's that.